I mean, the cops have been coming in for 96 days as of today, and every day they've had a big push from the government to be able to come in and violently enforce that injunction on a group of people who are peacefully occupying their traditional territory.
Are you concerned about an escalation now that the injunction is permanent?
You know what? I'm concerned that my grandchildren, my great grandchildren, like that's where my concern lies. I really don't have any more or less concern based on what Haldeman County Court judge has said or ruled, and I think it speaks to the prejudicial nature of the court, and the fact that the court in it itself is sitting on contested land. So absolutely, I'm concerned that that this particular judge would not hear argument from our side to say that to hear anything from our side. I think is an embarrassment to the court.
Have you heard of any movement at all from the federal offer? If there's on a process from the council, from the Confederacy? Or
I am not. I have not heard anything more in the last couple of weeks now from Minister Bennett or Minister Miller's office to say whether or not they're going to be moving forward or how they're going to be moving forward, just that there is a want for them to come to the table with us.
Has there been anything from the councils? Either one?
Both have said that they are interested in seeing that happen.
Would the Confederacy be willing to sit on the same table like the council?
I don't know. We'd have to talk to somebody from council about that. Yeah, not quite sure.
I apologize. Is the stumbling block for negotiations with the federal government, is the stumbling block that you would have to not occupy this piece of land to start negotiations? Is that something you mentioned? Or?
That's not been anything that's ever been mentioned. No, the judge was the only one to say that our people are not going to be given a voice in that system as long as our people are here. And so for this judge to say that I'm somehow in control of 27,000 people who say that this land is ours.
Anything we didn't ask you, Skylar, that you'd like to say?
No, I think cool.
Covered everything?
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so
What's
much.
your next step legally?
The next step for legally, we are going to be filing an appeal immediately. I think that the judge made many errors in law. He has not been able to understand the law around indigenous issues, and certainly not as far as the value arguments that we were making. Like he was unversed in a lot of the law surrounding indigenous rights stuff.
But does this court appeal matter if you're just going to stay here regardless of what the outcome is?
Does it matter? I don't know.
The judge offered remedies, going to tribunals, lengthy process. All of those involved leaving the land. What was your reaction to the suggestion that there are other ways to go about this?
As long as development on our lands is going to be able to trudge along, I think that there's only that doesn't include land back for us, right? This is when our people have talked about what this means for us. This means that that our children, our grandchildren, will have a place for our community to be able to grow and thrive. Just like every other community across the country, our community is looking for an opportunity to be able to grow and thrive. And so if we're able to make any headway in that respect, I think that's where we need to be pushing towards, because land claims need to be about more than dollars and cents. If we're going to say that all of the land up and down the Haldeman on the Haldeman track is somehow just about money, then you know, our grandchildren, our great grandchildren, aren't going to see a dime of that, because it'll be gone in whatever way the band council sees it, right? And so that's not something that works for us in Haudenosaunee.
After you were disqualified from the process today, you had lawyers from upstate and county speaking with the judge. What do you think is lost from internal voices representing you?
Well, I mean, even after my voice was disqualified from the proceedings, another one from here spoke up and tried to make her voice heard, and yet again was silenced. And this isn't the first time that she had raised any concerns about what was going on. She had been there at the last court proceeding as well, and was shut out of the process then as well. So I mean, like, this has become a typical process for us as Indigenous people across the country when it comes to us trying to engage in that process. We're consistently having the door shut in our faces.
Violence is mentioned several times. How did you go about that regulation, and do you regret the incidents that did happen with rocks?
You know what, the violence that was brought here was brought here by the guys with guns. You know, the OPP came in here shooting rubber bullets, tasering, dragging women away from our lands. Like, that's what's violent. And so as much as I don't encourage any kind of violent action, I certainly have no blame for folks that engage in this. This is when you talk about the Black Lives Matter movement or any of the things going on in the world that have seen, you know, hundreds and hundreds of years of oppression and hate and racism and overcriminalization, residential schools. Like, this is what can be expected from oppressing people to a point for so long. And so for people to be angry, absolutely, they have every right to be angry. I'm angry too. But that doesn't mean that I'm encouraging any kind of violent action. But at the same time, I understand why it was that way.
Disappointed that the lawyers in general, Ontario and Ottawa, didn't speak to you?
I was disappointed by that. I think that them coming today shows that they're taking this seriously. And so for us, adding them as a party means that for us, like, that liability for anything going on with this has nothing to do with me and everything to do with the Crown. And that's the Crown, whether that be Ontario or the federal government, both need to accept that liability. That they didn't come to the table with meaningful consultation, and certainly didn't come to the table with any kind of negotiations that would see Haudenosaunee interests seen or heard in any kind of real way.
Thank you very much, Skylar.